It is now time for the Austin Hour with your host, Jim Austin.
Hi everyone, I'm Jim Austin with the Austin Hour, and we're here for our second half of our hour show today. And if you want to check us out, please go to our YouTube channel, Facebook, or our website, Jim Austin Online. And please listen to us on our Jim Austin Radio, 24-hour jazz. You'll definitely enjoy. And then 12 o'clock every day, the interviews are on. Today, we have a friend of mine, Greg Lehrman, who's a lawyer and involved in the real estate field also. Greg, welcome to the Austin Hour.
Thank you.
Sir.
Pleasure to be here.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Been around Fort Worth probably 41 years. I know we've been friends a long time.
You bet. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Understand you're an attorney?
You bet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about your career and where you went to school and a little background of what you've been doing before you got to where you are today.
Yeah, well, I went to Richland High School. I went to UT undergrad law school. Then I practiced with Shannon Gracie from 82 to 87 here in Fort Worth. Then I got in the title business, and then some realtors said, Greg, y'all got to do 1031s. That's where investors can sell real estate without paying taxes. And then I became president of Stewart Title Fort Worth. And then they announced in 1993 that they bought one of the two biggest companies in the nation that does this. And I got very excited. And by 94, I shifted from running closing offices to doing 1031. So the last 24 years, I have completely focused on enabling people to sell real estate that they own in their business or for investment without paying taxes, and they love it.
And that's a point that, the listenership probably went up on the dial when you're saying not paying taxes. And that is one thing when I talk to people about paying taxes, because I'm a believer the more taxes I'm paying, the more money that I'm making.
Right.
But there are also vehicles that we're going to talk a little bit about today, the 1031. So tell the listening audience what a 1031 is and how that would apply to someone that's investing in real estate.
The government recognized way back in 1921, let's say two farmers want to swap pieces of dirt, they can't do that if you're going to tax them. So the government said, let's let them trade properties, and if we don't tax them, they'll do that. And that enables people to buy more real estate quicker. And then everybody wins, because the investor doesn't pay taxes on this sale, but they're able to buy more real estate. They make more money off that additional real estate. So they do pay taxes, but they win. It's a win-win. So people can better their situation in real estate. Whether it's a business person that mainly has a business but owns the real estate and they want to move up, they need to relocate. Well, if you're going to tax them, their capital is all locked in. So this is the opposite of a loophole. That's keeping them from being penalized. They can unlock their capital if they're going to reinvest in more real estate. Mm-hmm. They can't do it if you're going to tax them. So they do it, they make more money, the government gets paid off that additional income, and the investor wins out by buying more real estate, helps their family grow faster. Whether it's farmers, rent houses. One of the biggest surprises is someone can do this with a residential rental house. I figured before I got into this was just for commercial people, just big guys like Jim Austin.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Big guy?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me more. Tell me more. Because I need to hear more of that,
Yeah.
Every day you wake up in the morning and you do commercial real estate, we say you're only good as your last deal.
Yeah.
But I like that. And I'm letting you tell me because I'm the host of the show. But
yeah, you bet. So the reason people do this is they can move up without paying taxes. Now the lawyer in me says I got to caution you that when I say not pay taxes, I mean on this transaction.
Yes.
We got to use the safer word of deferred. But you're deferring it into the next property. But that's huge because you can defer it as long as you keep reinvesting.
Yep.
So you win out, you've made more money. You only pay the taxes if you decide to get out of real estate down the road. Mm-hmm. And the interest rate is zero. So worst case, you do pay taxes, but it's when you decide to get out of real estate, if you do, and the interest rate is 0, so you still come out way ahead. A lot of people never pay the tax, they just stay in real estate. When they die, their heirs get a step up in basis, and the capital gains tax goes away. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's a great way to move up or just change what you own. You can sell a rent house, and the way the fee structure works, even not just my company, all the companies, even the best ones, don't charge much for this. Their fee structure is such, like I said, you can sell a $150,000 rent house and then buy 2 of them. And then later, when you sell 2 of them, you buy 4 of them. And then later, when you sell 4 of them, I have someone in that exact situation. This time they bought 9 of them. And then, so they did all that, they got to buy a lot more by not paying taxes. And then you can sell rent houses and buy apartment complexes. Because when you can do this is when you're dealing with so-called like-kind property. And it's not like-kind at all.
Okay.
Any real estate in the United States that you run your business out of or hold as an investor is like-kind to any other business or investment real estate. So rent houses are like-kind to apartment complexes or this building we're in right now, or a farm and ranch.
Okay.
Even a vacation home, if you do it right.
Yep.
You have to be careful with vacation homes. It has to be mainly investment, but you can use it a little bit for vacation for a couple of years. Then later you can go all the time. First
Right.
couple of years you gotta keep your personal use to 14 days or less.
Okay.
So it's very broad. Like kind really means if you like that kind, buy it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tell my listening audience if someone wanted to reach out to you, because I'm sure your line or your email is open for giving advice on 1031 exchanges. Give me your website, your email, and your phone number if you'd like.
Sure.
Because somebody might want to get some more information on this.
You bet. My phone number is 817-300-3851. We work just like brokers in many ways. We don't charge for phone calls. We help people out. We only get paid if they need to use us and it actually closes. Email is greg@apiexchange.com, greg@apiexchange.com. So our website is apiexchange.com. People can go on that site and get a wealth of information on 1031s.
Well, I'm really glad to have you on the show because, you and I see each other moving around the hallways of real estate. And for you to come over and share with the audience, this 1031 exchange is huge because we talked a little bit earlier on the path about, the importance of investing in real estate and building wealth for your family and for kids. For sure. Is there any advice that you might have for someone that's just getting ready to start in real estate? And then what is the smallest amount that you would recommend for an exchange?
It can be very small. I come in pretty much at stage 2. I'm one of the few people in real estate that's really not for initial buyers. I come in after you have owned real estate a while, and if you sold it, you'd pay a tax on the gain. So my advice is for people who've already bought real estate, if they're thinking about selling it, either to move up or just change what they own, call me before it closes. About once every 2 weeks, I get a phone call. Somebody said, "Well, Greg, I just sold a property and I found out I can sell it without paying taxes." Problem is, if they mean sell by under contract, the way some people use the word sell, that's fine, but if they closed, it's too late. It's too late. My biggest advice is, if you're thinking about selling real estate, call me before you sell it, because we have to have papers at the closing. We hold your funds between the sale and the purchase, and you've only got 45 days after the closing to identify what you want to buy, and a total of 180 to close. So the main thing is to call a good 1031 person when you're first even marketing your property. Because if you call us after the close, nobody can help you.
Okay, we're going to take a break, commercial break for our advertisers. You're listening to the Austin Hour on Jim Austin Online. We'll be right back with Greg. Welcome back to the Austin Hour. We're here with my friend Greg Lehrman. Greg has really enjoyed talking to us, and on the break we were talking about your wife a little bit. Tell us about your wife. I mean, I know I married above my pay grade, and I think you did too, sir.
I sure did. I was the one from Fort Worth. She wasn't. She was from Houston, and we married right out of law school and came up here, and she's the one that became outstanding young lawyer for Tarrant County and president of Tarrant County Young Lawyers, and then she became a district judge 5 years out of law school, which is the legal minimum. That's how good of a prosecutor she was.
Whoa.
Yeah. So she did such a good job as a judge, and it already went by like 20 years that in 2010, Rick Perry appointed her to the Supreme Court of Texas. She had to run for a term, though. She had to get reelected by the people in 2010. And in 2016, she's already won reelection for another 6-year term. She's doing a great job, and she loves it.
Wow.
Loves it.
Always was a pleasant person. Was always very nice to me, and make sure you give her my regards down here in Austin. And
I appreciate it.
I never want to come in before her,
Yeah.
but it's good to know somebody on the bench.
You bet.
You know,
You bet.
so definitely tell her hi.
Thank you.
We've
Very
been,
mutual.
yeah, we've been talking about, and y'all have children?
We have 2 sons. It won't shock you that one of them became a lawyer in November, and he's already practicing law at Harris Finley in Fort Worth.
Okay.
Great, wonderful group of lawyers. And our other son graduates next month from Pepperdine Law School.
Okay.
He went to UCLA and then Pepperdine because, he thought Malibu was a pretty good place to go to law school.
Right.
So it's going to be 4 lawyers in the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sounds like fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. So-
That's right.
So congratulations
Thank you.
for, your leadership and parenting
Thanks.
two great young men.
Thank you.
We've been talking about 1031 exchanges, and me as being a seasoned commercial real estate broker, I'm soaking this up myself, to make sure that this information is taken advantage of.
Mhm.
So you've been doing this how long?
24 years.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
And when I got into it, I was surprised by so many things. Like I mentioned, it's not just for commercial, it's for residential, as long as it's investment for rental properties. I thought it was just for expensive properties, but it's not. So it enables the relatively new investor, not somebody buying their first property, but somebody that just owns one rental. This allows them to sell one and buy 2. So because the way the fee structure works, it's not expensive. And that you can buy anywhere in the United States, and that you can go from residential to commercial. So it allows you to grow that way too. Or that farms and ranches are so common, really they're the origin of it. And that you can go do it with vacation homes.
well, that's some good stuff, because you and I have been friends for quite a long time, and I know as we've been moving around the hallways, is that this 1031 is a big business.
It's hugely underutilized.
Okay.
Another surprise is how many people that have done tons of real estate have not come across this and don't do it because they don't think about it. So there are a lot of people that have been paying taxes unnecessarily for 50 years. Sometimes it's the 2nd or 3rd generation of people that says, hey, Dad or Mom, how come y'all been paying taxes all these years? So it's still very underutilized, 1031. So just the concept in general, and then how broad it is, how broad lot kind is, and you can buy anywhere in the United States. And you can get out of one property type and get into another.
And I know you know most of the commercial real estate brokers and agents within the market. What percent would you say that uses the 1031?
Probably, just about a quarter of a third, or a big percentage of brokers. They say, yeah, I've done the 1031 before, and then when I say, well, is it only when your client has brought it up? A lot of them say, oh yeah, I go, well, why don't you bring it up? Anytime you're handling the sale of any real estate, ask your client, what are you gonna do with the money? Have you thought about reinvesting in real estate? Because anything else you invest in is after-tax dollars. So you gotta work a while to get to zero return if you pull it out of real estate. Because you gotta pay taxes if you go out of real estate. If you stay in real estate, you maintain your whole investment. Another huge thing. Some people think, oh, I don't wanna mess with real estate anymore. It's been too high maintenance, I'm getting older. A lot of people that have owned apartments for a long time, they want to quit doing that, whatever that is. But they think they got to keep, to stay in real estate, they got to keep doing the same thing. No, older investors use this to go from high maintenance to low maintenance. So not only can younger investors use this to leverage up their taxes, to buy more real estate as they're growing, older people can use it to get out of high maintenance and go low maintenance and still not pay taxes. The three choices they've got is they can buy a triple net lease property, like all the Walgreens and CVS's. Those are owned by older 1031 investors. They don't do anything. They never even see the Walgreens or the CVS. They sell a high maintenance piece of real estate. They buy a Walgreens. Walgreens wires them their rent every month. Walgreens has to take care of the property. So as you know, a lot of listeners don't know what triple net lease means. It's net of taxes, insurance, maintenance. So you can buy a property like that and stay in real estate without working so hard. Or you can buy oil and gas royalties, that's like kind. So this building we're in right now, you can sell that and buy oil and gas royalties, also never leave your house. And then finally, you can buy a fractional interest in a institutional grade piece of real estate if it's done right. Now that's a security, but it's also a real estate. So you don't have to stay in high maintenance real estate at all. So that's another big surprise for people. You know, we used to call those forms of real estate mailbox money, and now you don't even walk out to your mailbox.
Right.
You just open your computer. So yeah, so not only are the property types diverse from like residential rentals to apartment complexes, but it's also diverse from going high maintenance to never leaving your house. All kinds of options that people, and then the word exchange is a misnomer, that some people don't do it because they think, whoa, I got to exchange with somebody, I got to find somebody that wants my property, and they got some property that I want, so we can do a swap. Exchange doesn't mean exchange. Exchange means you sell to whoever wants it, and we hold your funds, and you go buy what you want.
Okay.
Okay, so not only is like kind not like kind, exchange is not exchange. It's
Okay.
just a word. But you get to sell to as many buyers as you would have sold otherwise, and then we just hold your funds and you go buy what you want. So that's it.
My friend here is talking to us how to become more wealthy, okay? So, Greg, it really has been a pleasure to have you on the Austin Hour, and I hope the listening audience has really caught on. Give them your email, your number one more time.
Yeah, it's Greg at apiexchange.com and or 817-300-3851.
Man, my staff, they're out there writing down your number, Greg, so, you know, so.
You bet.
So I haven't seen that from them since we've been doing the show, so very.
That's why I do what I do, is people love hearing it. I'm
Yeah.
always giving people good news, which is rare for a lawyer.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
You bet.
Well, it has truly been a pleasure to have you on the Austin Hour. I've enjoyed it. I think I've even learned something myself, and next time I put a piece of property in the title company for sale, I'm going to give you a call,
You bet.
because I've been doing this for like 37 years and I have not done an exchange, so
Oh, wow, that's got to change.
that's got to change
Yeah.
right away.
Yes,
So
you bet.
I'm Jim Austin, coming to you on the Austin Hour. Tune us in on Jim Austin Online. Greg, it's my pleasure to have you on my show today.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Okay.
Okay.